What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. Welcome back for another episode of Hate It or Love It. Hate It or Love It is where I talk about a certain band or artist and talk about why people either hate or love them. It's all in the title, it's pretty simple. But before we get into it, one, drop a like on the video to let me know that you're enjoying the content. I need to have my ego padded. And two, check out our sponsor, CheekySweaters.gov. Cheeky Sweaters has wonderful Christmas sweaters made all year long. They are all hand sewn by my grandmother and they're made just for you. I can't even finish the bit. You know what? I just made it up. I wanted an excuse to wear a silly sweater in a Bring Me the Horizon video. In contrast to that, I will be talking about 4 reasons why people hate the UK metalcore and deathcore and alternative band Bring Me the Horizon. They've been around since really 2004. In their early days, they were much more of a different variety, and they've evolved and grown through the years. And there are many things that people do not like about this band. Whatever it might be, we're gonna get into it. Keep in mind that these are not my personal reasons. In fact, I'm a pretty big fan of this band. These are just reasons that I've gathered online doing research, looking at Reddit, polls, Twitter, Billboard, wherever else, gathering up opinions of other people, and I will weigh in and give you my thoughts on it as well. Without further ado, let's get into the video. To say that they've had a change in sound over the years would be, that would just be maybe a little bit underdoing it. They've definitely changed it up a bit. In their early days, they were a deathcore band. Just look to their debut album. In fact, their first couple of albums were very intense. And for me personally, not being a deathcore fan, not for me. And I'm sure some people will hate that, but at the same time, I love the fact that people love deathcore. That's fine. That side of Bring Me the Horizon was for you. Throughout 2010, really to 2013, we started to see a transformation. They slowly shifted into metalcore music with There Is a Hell in 2010, which I personally thought was a fantastic record. And in 2013, they really just went for more of a clean sound with Sempiternal. That's my personal favorite album from the band, but many people started hating big time because Ollie Sykes was singing, the lead singer of the band, instead of screaming the majority of the time, and the instrumentals were a bit more clean, and you could hear some electronic sounds making their way into the music. And obviously, deathcore purists and metal purists in general were not a fan of this, and they started to feel like they just weren't the band that they used to be. Obviously, they've changed a big time since we've gotten That's the Spirit, and they're working on a new studio album, supposedly. We will see what that door holds, but as of now, there are people that totally hate them for changing it up, and there's people that are just gonna forever wish that they would go back to deathcore. Number 2, they're not accepted really 100% anywhere. It's like that kid that doesn't fit in or else gets picked last for a game of dodgeball in recess. It's a weird feeling for Bring Me the Horizon, but at the same time, they're so successful that I'm sure that they don't entirely care, that they don't necessarily fit in with the metal community. They don't fit in with the pop community. They don't fit in 100% with the alternative community. They're always riding different lines, and I think that they are on a wavelength as a band, but just maybe not with the rest of the world. And some people hate this. They just cannot get on board or wrap their head around the fact that they're not one thing or the other. Yes, at their core, I personally would label them as a rock band, or maybe at this point an alternative band that gets loud occasionally, but that's fine. I enjoy much of their old and new music. More so their new, but that's just me. But the fact that they're not 100% accepted everywhere does speak volumes to the fact that people do have differing opinions, and guess what? That's okay. Number 3, surface level lyrics. I've seen people bugging out about this one big time before, and I really don't understand it. If you go to metal music, even metalcore especially, I really don't think that you're always there for the deepest lyrics in the book of poetry. And I would argue that Bring Me the Horizon have definitely written some solid tracks, especially on Sempiternal and on There Is a Hell. There were some moments that really penetrated a different style and a different side of them that I was okay with. But some people really just find them to be a bit more surface level, like they're almost phoning it in, trying to be a certain thing, trying to be metal, trying to be a bit more symphonic rock, trying to be this, and they don't feel like they're genuine with the message that they're selling. And while I can understand that sometimes it does maybe occasionally feel like the anger isn't always 100% from a realistic point of view, if you get to know the band by watching interviews, listening to other things like podcasts they've been featured on before, especially Jordan Fish and Ollie Sykes, it's interesting to see their thoughts on things and where they stand as a band. And the fact that they know and they are able to guide themselves into the future, I feel confident in their music for them, even if people watching this video don't. My number 4 pick might just be the biggest punch that we have to throw here, because sadly, I actually agree with this point. Fame brings entitlement and arrogance. People have noticed that over time, a lot of bands, not just Bring Me the Horizon, have had a problem with that growing ego. They think that they have so many fans that they don't have to do certain things, or they don't have to be on time, or nobody can bother them backstage. They got into a little bit of Twitter beef with someone from Bad Religion because he posted up a photo saying these people are not to be stopped ever. It's a photo of the band saying they may not have a pass, they can escort who they want, where they want, with or without a pass. Yikes, that honestly is a bit hard to defend, but in a way maybe I understand it because, like we talked about before, maybe it was the whole kid at recess thing that didn't get picked and now those kids are on top. They're at the top of the jungle gym and now they're saying, hey, look, I can do whatever the hell I want to. And in that sense, maybe I understand that. But it kinda looks like a dick move whenever you're plastering that around. Basically, whatever tour you're on, you're basically saying, I can do what I wanna, I can go where I wanna, and you're not gonna do anything about it. It's not just this, but we've seen Ollie Sykes act out in the past, especially at an awards show where he notoriously jumped onto Chris Martin of Coldplay's table after the whole incident where he accused them of ripping off the sempiternal artwork with the flower of life. They used it on an adventure of a lifetime, and obviously the album that followed, A Head Full of Dreams, the artwork for that, and Bring Me the Horizon weren't exactly happy about that. They claimed it was stolen, but can you really steal a flower and a design that's existed for thousands of years? I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. That's not up to me to decide, but I did think it was a little bit weird that he just happened to jump on Chris Martin's table after calling him out for that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future if Bring Me the Horizon get more popular, but for now, I think maybe it would be okay to just check the ego at the door a bit. Whew, Grandma's sweater is burning up in here. I am sweating. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a like on it, and please let me know, what do you think about Bring Me the Horizon? Leave a comment down below. Do you have faith for their future, or are you just more inclined to listen to their old stuff and you don't care so much about their personal life? I don't really care that much about their personal life. I love their 2 most recent albums. In fact, their 3 most recent albums, honestly. They did release a greatest hits compilation from 2004 to 2015. It'll be interesting to see if they do put out a new album anytime soon. Anyways, thanks again for watching. If you're able to support the channel, you can pick up some actual legit merch like the one hanging below me there. Emo Clout Gang is one of the designs, and I have many others in my Spreadshirt shop. It's the second link down below. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Hate It or Love It. If you want to see the last episode, you can tap right over here. If you want to see another video that I did on Bring Me the Horizon, you can tap right over here. Or if you want to find me on my socials and connect over there, they are all linked in the description. Other than that, I'll see you very soon for more content right here on Beyond ARTV.